I grew up, like I said, from very hardworking parents who put everything into education. So every time my grades would slightly slip, my dad would just put a tutor on me, and I was like, so it was normalized, right? And it's always one-on-one. And
One-on-one's the best. It's statistically proven, for those of you listening out there, that one-on-one tutoring time impacts a student more than any other metric.
and this is what rich people get.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So like
They pay for peace.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So that's
Yeah.
why I was like, I in working in Silicon Valley, right? Like seeing how technology has democratized access to so many things that only rich people could afford, right? Like Amazon having a house manager, now it's easy for you to go get your groceries and everything, right? Like somebody does it for you. Uber and Airbnb had democratized access to things that, you know what I mean? Like Uber was like a better way than taxis, right? You would call everybody before you'd get a taxi because it was a horrible experience, too expensive, right? So I was like, oh, I can do this. I can create something like an Uber, but for tutors, right? Because that's my experience was good. I graduated as an engineer, so I'm like, it's proven,
Yeah.
But mainly is to like bring equity to the masses that need it the most, right? Like education to me is so important. I saw my parents coming from nothing. I mean, my dad used to live, we're talking third world country poor, right? Like not here poor, like no running water.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, like their house was like a quarter of this office, like no ceiling. It was like a ceiling that sometimes will fall or like, like, so I've seen that reality and I've seen what education has done for a family of mine, right? And I was like, everybody deserves a chance to success, and it shouldn't be just for the rich people. And we have kids that deserve that chance and that we can give that chance to, right? Like I could have fallen through the cracks so many times had it not been for my parents and for a tutor. Unfortunately, I couldn't say that a teacher saved me, right? It was my parents. And I was like, why can we not do that for
I love what you
students
said
of
about the parents piece, and both my parents. I love them both to death. I really do talk a lot about my relationship with my dad and how he really did impact me more for me than any coaches or teachers, and kind of what your aspiration is as well. I want that to happen to any student because not everyone has a dad or a mom or both who actually are there to support them, and especially some of these areas that are more socioeconomically distressed, we need to be able to support our teachers, coaches, etc., with more great tools, and that's why I love the tutoring focus.
Yeah.
What have you been able to see over your few years running the business in terms of raising venture capital? Congratulations on an incredible pre-seed round. You have
Thank
great
you.
investor on the table. What was that fundraising process like, and how did you be able to meet these people to be able to invest in your business?
I was in an accelerator, and this guy had just raised 35
Which
million.
accelerator? Let's give them a shout out.
Rally.
Shout out to the accelerators out there. They're a great opportunity for you to be able to learn. I did the UCLA Venture Accelerator at Anderson. Shout out Trish Halamandaris. You're amazing. One of the most impactful mentors of my life. Keep going.